Hey everybody, this is Jared with Expedition J-Force, back with another credit hunt vlog. I am here in New York again. If you saw our 1-minute trip report about 3 weeks ago, JJ and I did a credit run of Coney Island, got all the coasters at Luna Park and Dino's. I am back here in New York, just hoping to clean up a couple of the final credits I am missing, kind of between here and home. Starting off here at the main attraction, you can see the Fireball. I am here on Long Island at Adventureland, which has 3 coasters, Fireball, Turbulence, and then the snake coaster, Rattlesnake coaster. And then if I have time, there are 2 more kiddie credits on the way back to New Jersey at the Fantasy Forest and Adventurers Entertainment Center. So there's a potential +5 for today, which would get me up to 146 total credits. So let's see if we can make that happen. Come along. I'm walking up to the main entrance now, and Adventureland is kind of fascinating. It's a very small plot of land, kind of sandwiched between commercial areas. When you're driving, it's just like there's a Target, there's a Wendy's, there's a theme park, and then there's a strip mall. So it's really interesting just seeing it kind of tucked away. But it looks like they make the most of their space. So excited to show you. Just got through the entrance and walking down the midway of Adventureland. It's a bit busier today, even though it's a weekday, because it is spring break here in New York, so a lot of people have off. All the parks are open all this week. Still not too crowded though, it just opened, so let's get this credit run going. I'm standing right in front of the Rattlesnake coaster here at Adventureland. This is a Zero Tivoli. They're very common in a lot of parks. You can tell they have that really long train. Of all the ones I've been on, this is one of the shortest overall layouts, but it's a good time. You pull some okay horses for a family coaster in the back seat. The setting is nice. You go through a little house at one point. So overall, you know, for a family coaster, it's a fine time. All right, I am standing right outside Turbulence. This is Adventureland's mock spinning coaster, and I genuinely mean it when I say that this may be my favorite spinning coaster that I've ridden to date. It's a very short ride, but the layout is so tight and compact that you really fly through it. All of the elements are very intense, and it's even more so if you manage to offload the car and get a lot of spins going at the same time. The forces it pulls for a small family spinner are really incredible. You fly through the layout, you're having a great time the whole time. Some of them you're going so fast you even get little pops of airtime. So I had a great time on Turbulence. I highly recommend this one.
Your child's next party at Adventureland.
All right, I am standing here outside of the Fireball. You can see the train going up right here. This is one of the weirdest coasters I have ever ridden. It is from Ride Engineers Swiss, I think. It's a rollerball model. This is the only one that exists in the United States, at least. Think of like a Joker 4D free spin coaster, except much smaller and shorter, as you can see the length of the track. It takes you along those couple of drops like a free spin would, except you're never doing an inversion, you're just swinging back and forth. And so on some of them it's pretty thrilling, but on the others you're like slamming your back into it. It is a fascinating ride. I don't know if I would necessarily say a good ride, but it's interesting. I'm a fan of solid flat rides too, and Frisbee, the Pendulum ride right behind me is also a good time. Adventureland isn't the biggest park. They don't have a huge footprint, but they make the most of their strip of land and they pack a lot of rides, games, restaurants, arcades, everything into this small strip of land. All right, that is unfortunately all the time I had for this stop. I enjoyed Adventureland a lot more than I thought I was going to. I genuinely had a good time and would have loved to spend a little more time here. Turbulence is a very good coaster, which I was not anticipating. They have a wonderful collection of flat rides. The Midway, though small, they pack a lot into it. It's a beautiful space, lots of fun statues, nice, landscaping, that's what I was trying to think of. And I will definitely come back here, especially with JJ, so that he can get the credits. And I'm genuinely looking forward to that trip. But for now, we head back towards Queens, and we're gonna hit the Fantasy Forest to grab that kiddie coaster, hopefully. One last shot, here is Moon Chaser, their brand new Huss top spin. That will be a lot of fun to ride once that's fully operating. And over there is where they are going to be building their new revolving disco model that has the extended layout, goes out to the sides. That'll be the first ever for that, so that'll be exciting as well. All right, it took a minute because, you know, it's Queens, and parking took a while, but I am here at the Fantasy Forest. It's this really small, cute little kids park here in New York City, like I said, in Queens. It's actually right next to the Queens Zoo, and if I had more time, I would definitely go there as well. But for now, I'm just going to pop in, grab the little kid credit, and be on my way. But it is a beautiful day out. So this is the Fantasy Forest. It is just a very small park in Queens. It is really just this circle with a couple of kids rides, and it has a old classic carousel as well. But it's located here in Queens, right next to the Queens Zoo. So it's a nice little hidden gem here in the city. I'm in front of the Corona Cobra coaster, if you can hear me. I got two rides running either side of me. But I got the kiddie cred here at the Fantasy Forest. It's a classic E&F Miler kiddie coaster, but this one is in pretty good shape. It's actually running really well. And I genuinely had fun on it for a kiddie coaster. So yeah, it's a good time. It runs 3 cycles. And if you're sitting in the front, you get your own 4th cycle. So, you know, that's kind of neat. But yeah, had a good time. So like I said, the park is located right next to the Queens Zoo. It's this nice little hidden gem here in Queens. It's got a lot of open greenery, a big park, ice cream. There it is. If I had more time, I would visit the Queens Zoo myself, but I'm not too far, so I'll probably make a trip at some point. Actually, at the top of the kiddie ride, you can kind of see into the zoo, which is cool. So I'm done here, on to the last stop before heading home. All right, I'm here in Brooklyn at Adventurers Family Entertainment Park. I am trying to outrun a thunderstorm, so let's see if I can't get this last credit. We did it! You can see TL3 behind me. I have no idea why it's called that, but that's the name. I managed all 5 credits today, and I just rode my first wacky worm. The ride-off has to push you onto the track to get it going, as he's doing right now. So that's interesting. But in terms of kiddie credits, you know, it was pretty smooth. It wasn't too janky. It's not too forceful either. It's pretty boring, but I mean, it's a wacky worm. I'm not gonna give a super in-depth review of a wacky worm, but I got my first. And that is a wrap on today. I managed all 5 credits. We cleared Adventureland, which was a lot of fun, surprisingly so. Turbulence is a phenomenal coaster, and I look forward to getting back there eventually. We went to Fantasy Forest, got the credit there. That's a nice little hidden gem tucked away in Queens. And we got TL3 here at Adventurers Entertainment Center, which has a nice little selection of flat rides. It's got a go-kart track. It's pretty much like a permanent carnival. So it's nice that it's here. But yeah, that's it. 5 credits, 146 total ridden coasters. So thanks so much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.